He's taken the world by storm with his books on helping people overcome illness and disease. With me now, Anthony William. Hi.
Hey, good to be here.
Good to see you again. I mean, every time I see you, I feel like a gazillion more people are talking about celery juice.
Yeah.
You have started this total phenomenon. Congrats.
You know, it's the single most powerful healing remedy there is, and that's why. This movement started grassroots. I started it long ago, and it's built up because of a storm of people healing, getting better, reversing their eczema, psoriasis, their acne, their gout, their diabetes getting better, things that are getting better when they were already doing healthy things, but nothing was moving the needle. And they brought in the celery juice, the 16 ounces on an empty stomach, and they brought that in every single day, every single morning, and it's turned the tide. It's like getting people out of that stuck mode. It's pushing them forward like never before in history with a remedy like this. And it's natural, it's just celery juice, but it has to be celery juice by itself. That's a mistake made all the time.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, because a lot of people are putting lemon in it. Does that change
It changes it. It stops it from working. Because there's something in there that science and research hasn't discovered yet. It's called sodium cluster salts, and they get neutralized when you put things in there in the wrong way. So basically it diffuses the power this holds. Has to be fresh, has to be by itself. It can't have all this different stuff in it, can't have products in there, like it can't have collagen in it, can't have apple cider vinegar, you can't put lemon in it, you can't put water in it. You ruin it. It's the whole, I've actually helped people heal for decades with this. It has to be by itself. It can't have things in it. But people just want to stick things in it. Of course, they just want to put all different things in there and change it, and that's just the way it works. They want it to taste differently, or they think they got a great idea, let's put this in it, and they just ruin it. But the reason why people are healing is it's by itself. The medical community knows this. They're the people that are healing. You go to my Instagram page, you'll see them by the thousands healing and reversing their conditions. So it's incredible, it really is.
Why on an empty stomach?
Because on an empty stomach, because you need everything empty enough to get the power of this to travel through you and do what it needs to do. So it needs to go to the liver, it needs to help cleanse the liver, it needs to kill off bugs that are inside of people, giving them autoimmune disorders and all kinds of different diseases and illnesses. It cleans the body up. That's what it does. It's a pathogen killer. So if you're putting a whole bunch of food in there at the same time or mixing something in it, you lose that pathogen killing ability that's getting people better. Because people have different bugs in them. They got bugs in their gut. They got all kinds of different things happening, bacteria, bad bacteria, and this is reversing people's conditions.
So would you say it's pointless to have the celery juice if it has lemon in it, or if you have don't have an empty stomach?
It's not pointless without it. It's okay without the empty stomach. You can get by, and it'll still help some. But when you put things in it, it does almost become pointless. Yes, when you put things in it. You can't put water, you can't put ice cubes in it, you can't put lemon, can't put lime. You can't mix it with things, and that's how we get in trouble.
Okay, I'm so glad we sorted that out because I was really gonna start putting lemon in my celery juice, and now I'm happy to know that. So many celebrities have joined this craze. Sylvester Stallone, I heard, is now a big fan of the celery juice.
Yeah, he's juicing celery juice, absolutely. He's juicing celery,
If that works for him, I mean, come on, it's gonna work for everyone. Jenna Dewan, I've been seeing, she's been posting about you as well as the celery juice. Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, she's doing it too. She's doing the celery juice every single morning, 16 ounces on an empty stomach.
Wow, that's crazy. And then I know you mentioned your Instagram and all of the people who are reaching out and telling you their results. What's been maybe the craziest story that you've come across so far?
Seeing people transform when they can't get out of bed, they can't function, they can't do anything, their brain fog is so bad, or their skin is so difficult to deal with, like the eczema or the psoriasis being so out of control, or the acne, some of the worst acne cases you've ever seen. And they've tried everything, and then they're doing the celery juice, and it's reversing, and the before and afters are unbelievable.
Okay, we've got to show you a couple of those.
It's almost mind-boggling to that degree. And there's never been anything like this. You know, this is not a trend or a fad. It's above a trend or a fad, because trends and fads don't get people that much better. It doesn't happen. You can, in natural health, you can have all these different trends and fads. They don't hold the power this has. That's the difference. So it's not a trend, really. It's above it. It's a medicine. And the confusion is, you'll hear about it all the time from like dietitians or nutritionists or people in natural medicine or professionals. They'll be like, well, it's a vegetable and it probably has more water in it, and that's why people are getting better. That's not why. Like, that's an insult to chronic illness sufferers, because who hasn't tried more water? It's the first thing everybody does is they try more water the minute they're not feeling good. So to say that's why everybody's getting better is such an insult to the chronically ill. It's unbelievable. So that's another thing too. It's it's not about water, it's more than that. So it's holding power. I talk about it in the books, I talk about it in other places, on my Instagram Live and everything, of what is in it. It holds tremendous power, it's incredible. So it's not a trend, really, because trends don't get people fixed like this. It doesn't happen, it's above that. And it happened naturally of people healing, not because it was prompted, not because people were paid to actually be spokespeople to this, like trends are. You got people that are paid to be spokespeople. This is literally organic, the first organic movement of our time that's actually healing people in history.
And you started it.
Wow.
That's going to feel pretty good. Let's talk about Liver Rescue for a moment, your new book. Why did you write this book?
You know, disease starts in the liver. Celery juice actually gets into the liver really easily, and that's the thing. People want their livers clean. They want cleaner livers now, happier livers. Celery juice gets into the liver. So, you know, diabetes, gout, I talk about it, SIBO, eczema, psoriasis, autoimmune disorders stem from the liver. So many illnesses stem from the liver. So I needed a book that covered that in its entirety so people can heal.
So you teach people how to heal themselves.
Absolutely.
But it's all based, starts at the liver.
I want people to become an expert about their body, become an expert about the liver, you know, their liver, their family's livers, their children's livers, so they can look out for people. We age because of our liver. Our liver ages, then we age faster.
Okay, good to know. I wonder how old my liver is. How do we find out? How do we check that? I want to go back to the celery juice for a second, because
Sure.
somebody mentioned this yesterday, and I thought, wow, this is a really interesting concept. Is it possible to take the salt and mineral clusters from the celery and turn it into a supplement?
It's not. It's not possible. It takes more than that, because if the minute the salt, it's a sodium cluster salt, I call it. It's a subgroup of sodium. So science and research isn't up on this yet. It's going to take a decade or two, maybe even longer. Maybe it'll actually happen faster now that I brought the attention to the world about celery.
Yeah.
So you can't just dehydrate it and make it work, because it's called a cluster salt. That's my source that tells me that. It's called a cluster salt. What that means, it's like basically a group of mineral salts together that are suspended, and they need to be in that living solution suspended to get into the body to do its thing. The minute you dehydrate it, turn it into a powder, play with it, now you have celery powder or anything like that, it just doesn't work. And that's where it's going to trick a lot of people too, because people are going to want to do things with this.
Right.
They're going to, but no, you can't. It has to be fresh on its own, and that's going to be probably one of the big challenges, because everybody's going to want to mess with it.
Yeah.
They're going to want to play with it. They're going to, you know, the
And people are going to want to capitalize on it.
They're going to want to capitalize
Yeah.
in it. Sure, you know, fine. People want to do that's great, but it doesn't mean someone's going to be getting better because of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Celery actually has negative calories, right? So you use more calories consuming it than what's like actually in it.
Well, you know, when you're chewing celery, probably because you're doing more work for it, and it's not a lot of juice coming out of a couple of stalks, so maybe that's a negative calorie in a way. But there's calories when you juice it, not a lot of them at all.
Okay.
The great thing is it fits in everybody's belief system for their diets. Could be keto, it fits. Could be paleo, it fits. Vegan, it fits. Whatever, plant-based, it fits. Vegetarian, it fits. Whatever newfangled diet that comes out yesterday, today, tomorrow, this fits in it. Because so it actually, you can plug it in. You don't have to doubt it and say, well, I'm on the keto diet, I don't know, does this work? No, it fits into it. It fits into every single diet we have, our belief system that everybody's entrenched in. So that's why this thing is working too, is because everybody's trying to do a healthy diet, but when you're sick with, you know, some kind of illness or symptoms that won't go away, and you just don't get better, and you're on a healthy diet, it's so disappointing for people. They struggle like that.
Yeah.
Then you bring in this celery juice. Look, this is one of the most powerful tools out of many powerful tools in the Medical Medium book series that I offer for people. So when people are really dealing with chronic illness, they can bring the celery juice in, they can bring the heavy metal detox smoothie in that I talk about in the books. So this is one of those special tools. But this one here, it's taking off. It's
And for
really
good
helping
reason.
people. Yeah, for
a
good
lot of
reason.
people are talking about the fact that celery is a natural diuretic. Does that play into it? Does that have something to do with the healing effect?
It's a natural diuretic, but it's not really a diuretic. What happens is when we kill off pathogens inside our body, like bad bacteria, things like that are inside of us, when we clean ourselves up of toxins and all that, it becomes like a diuretic. Because when we're killing off things and flushing out poisons and toxins, we have a diuretic effect.
Right.
That's just its power of detoxing. So what we're feeling is detoxing. That's what it is.
Be sure to pick up a copy of Anthony's book, Liver Rescue, in stores now.
Want more extra? Hit the subscribe button and the bell and never miss a video.